Your 1970 MGB GT. This is Jack is gonna help. So let's get started. Alright, got some lined up for you guys so that you could actually see. Step 1, disconnect the battery. Step 2, disconnect the old starter. Step 3, go to O'Reilly's, get the new starter, and then install it. Alright, so first you want to disconnect the negative terminal, because that's what Google says. So I got underneath the car, and the first thing I did, I got under the car, and the first thing I did was I took a picture of all the wiring, just because once you take it off, it's going to be really hard to remember how it was. And then what you'll need, a 9/16, that will disconnect the starter from the transmission, and then this is a 1/2 inch, that'll disconnect all the electrical wires. Alright, so I'm going to use the 1/2 inch socket to remove the wires. Alright, make sure you keep that somewhere safe. Alright, next up, you want to remove that bolt right there that actually connects the starter to the bell housing. It's a 9/16, and I will take that off momentarily. Alright, so I just took out that bolt. Here it is. There's the hole. Now we're going to do that on the opposite side. Alright, so next you want to remove that bolt. Alright, so you got the starter out. There's only 2 holes. Two bolts that bolted to the car. You got to swap the core for the new one when you go to your auto parts store. Alright, so we got the new starter. This is the nice, clean, fancy box that it came in. New starter. Alright, so I took off the distributor cap because there's no way for you to get your hand in there. Putting on that bolt right now that connects it to the bell housing, and then make sure to mark these wires into where they were placed, 1, 2, 3 on that distributor, and then mark that on the distributor as well so you don't forget when you put it back together. So when you're installing your starter underneath the car, the easiest way to screw in that bolt is to use an extension. This. Put it on that bolt. There we go. Then you have all this room to, you see what I'm talking about? So when you're doing that, make sure you use this extension. Alright, the distributor's back on. And then I got the starter bolted on from the top and the bottom. Reconnected all the wires. And now let's test it out.